In February, 31-year-old Bumble co-founder Whitney Wolfe Herd took her matchmaking company public, becoming the youngest female CEO in the U.S. to ring an opening bell, and the world's youngest self-made woman billionaire. Wolfe Herd, who's worth $1.3 billion, is one of 63 women who joined Forbes' annual World's Billionaire List for the first time in 2021. From the U.S. to China, 328 women made the Forbes Billionaire List, up from 241 last year. As a group, the women on the list are worth $1.53 trillion, a nearly 60% increase over the past year. They collectively added $570.7 billion to their wealth, largely due to rebounding stock markets across the globe. 12 of these women share their fortunes with either their husband, child, or sibling, up from 7 women who shared their fortunes last year, including Germany's Beate Heister, an heir to the Aldi supermarket fortune, which she shares with her brother Carl Albrecht Jr. One newcomer this year who shares her fortune, Kaiko Arakawa of Japan. She and her husband Yoichi founded video game developer Koei Tecmo 4 decades ago. While there aren't any women on the list of the top 10 richest people in the world, there's no denying some women have been making huge fortunes all over the world. The number of women billionaires is on the rise, and here's a list of the top 5 richest women in the world according to Forbes' real-time billionaires list. Number 1. Françoise Bettencourt Meyers and family. Bettencourt Meyers inherited her fortune from her mother, Liliane Bettencourt, whose father, Eugene Schuller, founded cosmetics giant L'Oreal. The $33.6 billion company's profits fell 6% in 2020, in part due to consumers losing their appetite for makeup during quarantine measures. Yet, the stock still rose 38% thanks to recovering cosmetics demand, especially for skincare products. Bettencourt Meyers has served on the board of L'Oreal since 1997. With her net worth estimated at $72.7 billion, Françoise Bettencourt is the wealthiest woman on Earth. Bettencourt Meyers occupies the 13th position among the richest people in the world. Number 2. Alice Walton. The daughter of Sam Walton lost her spot as the world's richest woman to Françoise Bettencourt Meyers, but still gained $7.4 billion in the past year, thanks to Walmart stock rising more than 5% since mid-March of 2020. The retailing giant introduced free delivery as part of an Amazon Prime-like membership program, helping boost online sales 69% in the year through January. Her net worth is $67.6 billion. She's more focused on curating art, and she has a personal art collection that is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. She holds the 15th position among the billionaires this year. Number 3. Mackenzie Scott. Scott, whose marriage to Amazon founder Jeff Bezos ended in 2019, became the biggest philanthropist of the pandemic, giving away $5.8 billion in grants to 500 nonprofit organizations across the U.S., supporting causes including racial equity, LGBTQ+ rights, and public health. She recently remarried, and her husband, science teacher Dan Jewett, joined her 2019 pledge to give away much of her fortune. Mackenzie Scott made it to the billionaires list of 2020 with a net worth of $56.3 billion. As part of the divorce settlement, Jeff transferred 25% of his Amazon stake to Mackenzie, which was 4% of the company. She ranks 20th in the world's wealthiest list. Number 4. Julia Koch and family. The widow of David Koch, Julia Koch, and her children have a 42% stake in the family business, Koch Industries, which became America's largest private company by revenue last year. She sits on the board of directors of the $115 billion conglomerate. David's older brother Charles is chairman and also owns a 42% stake. With a net worth of $44.9 billion, she's a new addition to the list this year. Originally from Iowa, Koch moved to New York in the 1980s. She's worked as an assistant to fashion designer Adolfo. As of January 2020, Forbes estimate her and her family's net worth at $43 billion, while Bloomberg estimates it at $61.6 billion. Number 5. Miriam Adelson. Adelson now controls the 56% stake in casino operator Las Vegas Sands that was formerly owned by her husband, Sheldon Adelson, who died at age 87 in January. The company lost $985 million in the second quarter of 2020 as its 2 Vegas casinos and resorts were shuttered due to statewide lockdowns. The casinos reopened in June of 2020, but the business ended the year with $1.69 billion in net loss, compared to $2.7 billion in profits the previous year. Las Vegas Sands announced in March that it's selling its Vegas properties for $6.25 billion to focus instead on Asia. Its business is much bigger in Macau. After her marriage to Sheldon Adelson in 1991, she became a donor to conservative political causes in the United States and Israel. The Adelsons donated to the Donald Trump 2016 presidential campaign, his presidential inauguration, his defense fund against the Mueller investigation into Russian interference, and the 2020 campaign. She's the current publisher of the newspaper Israel Hayom. She is also a voting member on the Board of Trustees at the University of Southern California. Miriam and Sheldon Adelson were presented with the Woodrow Wilson Award for Corporate Citizenship by the Woodrow Wilson International Center for Scholars of the Smithsonian Institution in 2008. In 2013, she received honorary citizenship of Jerusalem. She was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by Donald Trump in 2018. But that's it for today, folks. If you enjoyed the video, smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave us a comment down below. We'll see you next time.